jungler. Tarzan waiting his moment.
They want to get Nova. Look at that early flash, though. It might not be enough as the binding flash comes in for Morgana. He's ticking down, and that's going to be enough. First blood goes to that a lot, especially against melee on the top side. Guys that are not melee, but AD attackers up on the top side, such as the Gnar.
He's level 6 here. Doesn't have ult.
Oh, but Tarzan coming in here is going to ult the Tom Kent. It is going to be perfect. The Tilling Smite onto Teddy. That is going to be a dead Teddy, but also Nova trying to get the follow-up kill on the Viper. It's not going to happen. And domination already in the bot lane.
He didn't have Ignite, so he wasn't actually able to kill the Kai'Sa. Would have been able to pick up kill there. His mid lane.
Toby is going to flash away, but Oopty is going on in. That's going to be the dunk there.
But before those items are done, how much map control is there going to be for Jin Air is the big problem for Griffin.
Looking for the bubble, but the outplay there from Grace. He's looking to get the solo kill, and Tarzan not going to be there in time. Finally gets there. There's the ultimate, and Toby comes out. But the Abyssal Voyage, Tarzan trying to stop him. Toby nowhere to go after the portal jump is going to go down. We trade him.
Comes an Abyssal Voyage, but it's trying to hit this turret and maybe even dive.
Okay, 4-on-1 here. This is kind of unfair, but Sword, he's tanky. Doesn't seem like he's going to be tanky enough, though. Nice aggressive play. Trying to turn on the Orianna, though. Here is Tarzan. It's a 1-on-1. Here's Viper. Finally comes in. And that's that Kai'Sa.
Sword has kind of just given up his flash through all of it. Let's watch the replay. Sword's flash at the end, I think, was pretty questionable here. It's a nice play from So-Won. He gets the predict on the flash early with the wall of forward. Grace, Sword tries to flash, but I think he's dead one way or the other. I love this from Tarzan, though, who, of course, had the control ward to know Grace was coming, makes a clear call, Killer Instinct into death onto the Orianna. He's going to have to respect the ball. When we zoom out, we don't get the same sounds on the abilities. Apparently, we still do on the Trouble Bubble.
Oh, they're going in. They caught Umti here. A couple of CCs are going to land. He is going to flash away, though. Perfect stopwatch was in effect for him to survive. Nice dodge there on the Shockwave by Viper. Not quite going to hit it. He's going to try to avoid that getting stunned. Speaking of which, trying to go here on a Nova. Wasn't expecting this. Teddy's going to get really low. The immediate devour. There's the cleanse onto that Trouble Bubble, too. Here comes Sword, looking for it. He's going to write this glory in, but eats way too much damage.
QSS for defense. That's why he's actually going for the stopwatch here. Just try to hope to live. It's going to be all about execution, Valdez.
They're looking for Sword. He does have his flash. Thinking about it, but now looking for the counter engage here. But Tarzan is going to be pulled on in. The binding will land here. Sword is getting relatively low. Got to be careful about that. One more crit would do it. Trying to snipe him down. Finally, the curtains are open. For the first time this game, I believe. And much like KT, I feel like they're one of the better teams at just stalling out and waiting. And especially around the Baron, I should say, when mentioning KT.
Here comes So-Won.
Yeah, he does
this
have
could be
that
huge.
Gnar. He's going to get stunned up, but two members get dunked into the team. Lahenge is going to go down, and he actually survives on the backside. So-Won with barely any health finally goes down to the Zoe somehow, some way. A relatively even fight, but Grace coming in here will have the next Shockwave. It's up again, by the way. Flash there. Sword is going to flash in a straight line. Nearly goes down on the backside, but oh boy. Last fight. Okay, this Jin is also beginning to get really strong. Looking for a counter engage here onto Umti, but Tarzan going to make it super low. There's finally they get that big Shockwave they were looking for. Nova is going to get low, and Teddy nearly goes down as well. Nova should be going down here. So-Won on the right side. Finally, Toby able to get it. But what is going to be the cost? They may have to give their life for this. But the crit in the face of the Toga. What the hell? Jin Air, have they done it? They are so close. If they pick off Viper here, it would be fantastic. They may be able to push it to win the game. There they get the dissonance, and Viper is just going to stopwatch the game sometime. But finally, he's going to go down, and Jin Air are going to push.
Someone pushes up mid, and it's Baron to Jin Air.
Huge fight for them. It's not just 3,000 gold anymore. Huge items are going to come through here as well for Jin Air. Let's watch this fight again.
Gonna watch the replay here. Remember, Griffin need fights where Viper can free hit. He opens up, a flash comes in. Tarzan dies instantly, and then count how many autos you see from Viper. He needs to be doing the damage because Chovy, of course, is on an artillery mage and was denied from a poor laning phase. Doesn't get any orders onto anything other than a turret into a ward. He's trying to build up the Ginsu's Rage passive on the ward. But how many of his allies are alive when he's finally auto-attacking, gets that Ginsu Rage passive? The answer is a Morgana, who's going back into base.
Uses the stopwatch just to buy time. And, well, I don't think that's worth mostly on a shield, and then he died.
Very strange as we're seeing some big damage out of the Jhin as well. Watching the bot side, chasing onto Sohwan, they'll kill him fast.
Yeah, that's going to be the end of Sohwan's life. Gonna help him out against any damage in the front line. He has a Tom Kent behind him, and he's not the only damage threat. But take a look at Viper. He's just being zoned down by only Teddy. What is going on? Nobody can even get near him. The flash comes out. Sword is 1v2ing, but Teddy himself is winning the fight on the other side. 1v4ing up in the mid lane.
They're so out of position here, Griffin, because Sword was on a ward. His flank was just wasted from the start, and here's the emergency engage. I don't know if it's enough.
It's not going to be enough. Tarzan is going to be locked down, and here comes Teddy, the evil demon fountain laser, moving in, wants to get the penta if he can. He's going in, going to get the double here, looking to get the quadras. Viper and Toby, the only two that are left over, just trying to delay this game.
This game should end, though. Jeanette comes in mid lane. They've upset Griffin.
That they have. Umti and Nova just going to stop the backs. It's not their job to win the game. Trying to stop the TP. Doesn't look like it's going to matter. It's going to be interrupted anyway. And there you have it, guys. Jhin Air gets the 2-1.
No,
oh, wait.
Inhibitor.
Oh, man, they don't just yet. Trying to deny this. Hold the phone, guys. The inhibitor is going to go down. And it looks like now they're going to be able to take the 2-1 victory.
Congratulations to Jhin Air Greenwings. Huge cheers. Jhin Air fans, this means they are level with MVP when it comes to that relegation battle for the side of Griffin. It looked like that easy 2-0. Surely they beat Jhin Air, but because they've never had to be clutch in the stretch, every sports fan knows that analogy of needing to win in the business end of the season. They lose a very winnable series against Jhin Air Greenwings, and suddenly it's just as tight at the top as it is at the bot, as it is for top 5. There's no breathing room anywhere in the standings.
We all make jokes about getting excited for KT, but I think you said the best here for Griffin, right? They don't have the experience to roll with the top of the tide right now because it's so hard. There's so much pressure on them, and now they're 3-4 to nearly end round number 2 when they were 8-1 in round number 1. This team kind of falling apart at the hinges. First it was Afrika, KT, and then Gen G, and we're like, okay, you know, that's acceptable, it's excusable, those are really good teams, it's very competitive. But now Jhin Air played really well, but I think Griffin should be able to take these wins.
And now Griffin will have their toughest match of the season. And it's not just because it's SK Telecom in very good form, it's also Griffin who are going to have all sorts of memes and all sorts of negative stuff sent their way. You lost to Jhin Air, what a disgrace. You also played the Teemo and won with it. You didn't win with your other strategies. Are you just a one-note Teemo team? We know...